Welcome to the scandalous story of Mary Toft, a woman who shook 18th century England with one of the most bizarre hoaxes in medical history. This is the tale of deception, scandal, and rabbits. Yes, you heard that right, rabbits. In 1726, Mary Toft, an ordinary woman from the small town of Godalming, Surrey, would make headlines across the nation when she convinced some of the country's top doctors that she had the miraculous ability to give birth to rabbits. Mary's story begins with tragedy. In 1726, she became pregnant, but her pregnancy ended in miscarriage. This devastating loss coincided with what she claimed was a strange obsession with the sight of rabbits. Shortly after, Mary declared that something extraordinary had happened. She had begun to give birth to animal parts. Yes, you heard that right. Animal parts. Soon after, a local surgeon named John Howard was called in to investigate. He, too, was completely astonished by what he found. John Howard, a respected local surgeon, was so convinced by Mary's claims that he began delivering bits and pieces of what he believed were rabbits from her body. But instead of doubting this strange occurrence, Howard did what any sensible doctor would do. He spread the news. And boy, did the news spread like wildfire. Enter Nathaniel Street Andre, surgeon to King George I's royal household. Curious about this so-called miracle, he made the trip from London to see it with his own eyes. After thoroughly examining Mary, St. Andre astonishingly concluded that she was indeed giving birth to rabbits. That's right, folks, rabbits. Now, this was all starting to get pretty ridiculous. But the more famous Mary became, the more doctors wanted to see her in action. News of Mary Toft's rabbit births reached King George I himself. Intrigued but skeptical, the king sent his own surgeon, Cyriacus Ahlers, to investigate. And unlike St. Andre, Ahlers wasn't so easily fooled. Ahlers wasn't convinced. He immediately began to smell something fishy, and it wasn't the rabbits. He grew more skeptical as Mary failed to produce any more rabbits while under his watch. With the pressure mounting and no more rabbits being delivered, Mary eventually cracked. Under intense questioning, she confessed to the hoax. She had been secretly inserting rabbit parts into her body to fool the doctors. Yes, it was all a scam. The doctors who had fallen for the hoax were humiliated, especially St. Andre, who had championed her case. Mary Toft had pulled off one of the greatest medical hoaxes in history. The public went wild. Satirical cartoons and newspapers ridiculed the gullibility of the medical profession. One famous artist, William Hogarth, mercilessly mocked the doctors who had believed Mary's outrageous claims. It became a laughingstock, and several doctors saw their careers ruined. The scandal shook the medical profession to its core. Despite the public outrage, Mary Toft was not severely punished. After a brief stint in prison, she was released without any formal charges and returned home to Godalming, where she lived out the rest of her life in relative obscurity. While she faded from the spotlight, her bizarre story remains a reminder of just how easily the human mind can be fooled, especially when you throw rabbits into the mix. The Mary Toft hoax left an undeniable mark on history. It was a wake-up call for doctors and scientists, reminding them to approach their work with a healthy dose of skepticism, especially when the claim involves animals being born from humans. So there you have it, the scandalous tale of Mary Toft, the woman who gave birth to rabbits. It's a story so strange, it's hard to believe it actually happened. But as we've learned, truth really is stranger than fiction. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more wild historical tales.